Almost Relevant, Episode 1.
Hello, and welcome to the Almost Relevant podcast, where we delve into any rabbit hole, no matter how deep. The podcast for everything nerdy and geeky. I'm Elliot Lee.
And I'm Jeremy Collier. In today's episode, we're going to talk about Black Friday.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Black Friday's coming up. It's middle of November right now, so depending on when you listen to this, it's only a couple weeks away. So we're going to start just kind of discussing for anybody who doesn't know what Black Friday is, because maybe you're out, not in America. I don't know if it's a thing outside of America, but
I don't know. Well, I mean, have you seen what's that movie? Zack and Miri Make a Porno?
Yes, I have.
It's a little bit of a racist scene, but it's yeah. If you've seen the movie, you may understand what Jeremy's getting at.
Oh, that, yeah. Anyway, yeah, so...
Anyways.
So we're going to talk about Black Friday. Black Friday is the day after Thanksgiving here in America. It wouldn't make sense for Black Friday to be outside of America, now that I think about it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't think, Europeans really celebrate...
American Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
They have their own Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think most cultures have some form of fall harvest.
Yeah.
But, everyone does it a little differently. Yeah. Like, Canada, theirs is in October, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, so Black Friday is the day after Thanksgiving here in America, and it's a day to go crazy shopping because there are some crazy sales. In years past, we'll start with that. In years past, previously to before the last 5 years or so, it was pretty tradition for a store to open up around 3 a.m., you'd say?
Pretty early.
Yeah.
Much earlier than normal hours.
Yeah.
Obviously they're making the hours earlier and earlier, but
yeah.
I would say definitely if you open later than 6, you were definitely one of the later openings.
Definitely. So yeah, I'd say between 3 and 6 a.m. is when traditionally in the past stores would open up. More recently, it's been 2, 1, midnight, 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. the night of Thanksgiving.
November 1st, the start of the Christmas shopping season.
Yeah. Before that, actually, this year there was.
Really?
I went to get Halloween candy, and there was Christmas stuff in the store. When we went to Rite Aid that one time,
that was after Halloween.
That was the day after Halloween.
It was still after Halloween.
Okay, but yeah, I seen Christmas stuff in Target actually before Halloween. That was just sickening. So anyway,
you can't make money on Thanksgiving on.
You can make a lot of money on Halloween.
Yeah, but okay.
I mean, granted, they had more Halloween than Christmas at that time, but yeah. So anyway, Black Friday. It's the time where you can find, for example, a couple years ago, I bought a TV in Black Friday. I spent $129 on a $400 TV or something like that, $450 TV. Really significant savings if you want to spend the time. And the time is significant. So let's...
Well, it's not just the time; it's also the environment.
And that's what I meant. Time you have to spend in the environment. So let's talk a little about some of our experiences. What have you bought during Black Friday?
Okay, so I'm actually starting to get in the habit of not participating in Black Friday.
Yeah.
But in the past, I have. Now, being that it is Black Friday, they've generally been impulsive buys. They generally weren't things I was like saving up for and planning for. It's like, okay, it's Black Friday coming up, I can go and get this. It's more of, I think I'm going to build a new computer.
I don't know what you're talking about. I needed that drill when I lived in an apartment and didn't need a drill.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I totally needed it was probably a third computer.
Third computer.
Yeah, well, this was like about 10 years ago or so, and I went with my brother to the Fry's in, where's it, Concord?
There's a Fry's in Concord.
Yeah, went to the Fry's in Concord. It's the only time I've ever been there. Never been back. I don't think I want to go back.
You're telling people where we're from. Not really. Neither of us really even live near Concord.
Well, Concord.
That's
I'm
true.
Sure there's more than one Concord.
What state?
Yeah,
but Fry's in Concord. I mean,
Yeah. Anyway,
if you're gonna stalk us, go ahead.
It's all right. So I ended up buying the parts for a new computer, and I don't think I really got a fantastic deal on any of it. But it's just kind of like I felt like it was almost like an obligation.
Yeah.
It's Black Friday. I have to buy something.
I know.
So I ended up buying like I spent like $500 when I wasn't planning on spending anything.
Yeah.
Most of the years, actually, like I'll go just to random stores and just see what's going on.
Yeah.
Assuming they're not too packed. Last year at what was it, Walmart, there was a huge line outside the store which was Thanksgiving night. It was, I think they opened at like 8 p.m. or something. Huge line, and it was cold as shit, so I was not going to wait out there. Went somewhere else, ended up coming back, and oh my god, it was disgusting in there.
Yeah.
It was so just hot and humid, and
yeah, no.
Definitely. Black Fridays are just, I think I'm done. I'm done with
them. So my Black Friday experience is kind of limited, at least buying in store. And so I think I went one time or a couple times when I was younger with my mom. I don't really have much memories of that other than, why am I here? Why am I suffering through this? Why am I here? I've gone a few years with my wife. 2 years ago was the one where we really went all out. We actually, so about 4 years ago is when we really went all out. Sorry, woke up early to go. I think we ended up buying a few things, but not much. 2 years ago is the year that I spent the most during Black Friday, and that was, I did buy a drill. I wasn't kidding about that. I did buy a TV, and the TV is actually what we went for. The TV was for our bedroom, and I did spend about $130 on it when it 27 or 30 inch flat screen. Really needed it, and actually that's the only thing I want this Black Friday, but I'm not going to go to the store for it. And so, I think we spent a couple $100. I think we calculated, like, we had 75% savings, though.
Oh.
We went to Kmart for all that. Our cart was full, and all I remember is me standing in this line that went through the whole, medicine and, like hair product and, the beauty area, all that area. The medicine, you know how they have those together?
So in other words, it was a giant line, and you're hoping you're in an actual line for
It went in and out of all the aisles just to get to pay. And we stayed, I just remember staying with the cart, and me and my wife would take turns. I would go look around, and then bring something back to the cart, and she'd go look around, bring something back to the cart, I'd go look around. Finally, we were almost up to the front. I hadn't decided on the TV because we actually didn't have money to spend on Black Friday, and it was like, well, I think we can get the TV, and we were like 4 or 5 carts from the line, and it was like, I'm gonna run over there and get it. So I ran over there and got it real quick. It was still 20 minutes before we got up there, so I rushed for no reason, but it was one of those like rushes, yeah.
Everything about Black Friday is a rush though, because a lot of stores, they entice you with like, the first 50 customers get this or whatever. So it was also I didn't say it. This was actually Thanksgiving night, 9:00 is when they opened. 9:00 Thanksgiving night, and what's kind of funny about it is normally on Thanksgiving at 9:00. During my childhood, I'm still with my family, still eating. It just so happened that in more recent years, me and my wife tend to leave my family a little earlier because we either go to someone's house, like my brother, and it's just kind of over by then, or we've been eating out at restaurants almost every year. So it just happened to be one of those years. Hey, you want to go somewhere for Black Friday since we don't have anything else to do? That was my last year going out for Black Friday, and I don't think I'll ever go out again. So you're not planning to this year?
No. I might go out during the day on Black Friday, like maybe 2 in the afternoon or something. I'm not going to be there at 6 o'clock. I'm not going to be there at 3 o'clock. I don't care about that one TV, that one 60-inch TV they're selling for $150 that they have every year at Best Buy. I'm looking for that. I just remembered. My 47-inch TV I bought on Black Friday that 4 years ago.
It's tainted.
And we didn't even get a good deal on it. So let me tell you that story. Okay, so we get to Best Buy. There's a really nice TV in the ad, nice 47-inch, 1080p TV, Samsung, almost exactly like this one, only a model lower.
Okay.
And it's like a great price, right?
Well, give me a ballpark. Like,
so this one ended up being $1,800.
Okay.
This is when TVs were. So it might have 4 or 5 years ago. This one ended up being between $1,600 and $1,800, and I think the other one was supposed to be like $800 or $900 for Black Friday, right?
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So the cheaper one was a really good deal. This one, so we get there and he's like, "Oh yeah, we have it in stock." I'm like, "Cool." All of a sudden, this dude's gone for like a half hour as we're waiting there for him to bring back our TV. And he comes back, oh yeah. And he had forgotten about us, I think. We don't have any more of those. They're sold out. I'm thinking, I just saw someone walk out with one. They probably walked out with the one you should have gotten from me. So then he's like, but you know what? This next model is even better. And then, it's because like the contrast ratio and all that stuff. And so I'm just kind of like...
You know why it's better?
Why?
It has better commission.
Mm-hmm. I know, huh? And then so I'm like in the at this point, this is my first Black Friday basically that I had money to spend. So I'm like all into it. I'm like, yeah. And then we're like, oh, and then he's like, I'm like, how much is it? And he tells me after tax it was like I said, $1,600 or $1,800. And then I'm like, well, we don't have that much money to spend. So then he's like, well, you can get a Best Buy card.
Oh, gee, they got me on that too.
Oh man, So we applied for one, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you guys applied. You got approved for lots of money." So he's like, "You want to buy any? You can get the bigger TV and still have And we're just like, "No." I'm like, oh. So at the time, I'm thinking, I'm adamant about this. I'm going to get this good deal, and I'm not going to have him upsell me.
You're committed to buying a TV no matter what at this point.
But I wasn't going to let him upsell me to that 50-inch for a couple more $100. I'm like, no, I'm not going to let him do that to me. I'm not going to let him sell me like that. Little did I realize it
got sold.
Little did I realize at the time. So we bought the TV on credit. Granted, we had like $1,000 we put straight onto the credit and paid the card off really quick. So it didn't matter in the long run, but looking back at it now, the TV is great. Still looks great. Great. I've had no problems with it for 4 or 5 years. No reason for me to get a new TV for my front room.
But had you gone when it wasn't Black Friday, would you have gotten it?
Not that particular TV, no.
You probably would have got something a little cheaper.
Yes, and I did. I mean, there was a good 20% off this TV for Black Friday, but it's like one of those things. 20% off, you can find that like almost every other weekend at Best Buy.
Right, that's not
so it's
super
not
hard deal to find.
Yeah, exactly. As where the other TV was like 50% off or 60% off.
I wonder why they sold out.
I know. Well, what's funny is that's not even the one that was. The one that they sold out wasn't even like one of the main ones in the ad. That was just kind of like, here's another TV we have on sale. So I was really surprised they sold out. That 50-inch one he wanted to sell me, or not 50, I keep saying 50, 60-inch one he wanted to sell me was the other one that was on sale, but it was some brand I'd never heard of. So that's another reason I was like, I'm not spending money for that big of a TV when I've never even heard of it. And he's like, it's almost the same price, but then it was like, I think it might have even been 720p instead of 1080. And that was at the time where 720 was still pretty popular.
Yeah, I figure also if you're going to spend that much money, you might want to do a little homework beforehand to make sure, especially with a brand that you're not familiar with.
Exactly. And I knew that this line of Samsung TVs were good. So even though I didn't do the research on this particular model, it's I don't know I'm just making up this model number, but it's something like it would be like A42T and the one I got was like A47T. There was like no difference in everything except for the size from the one. So it was literally there was there was a difference because of contrast ratio, but it was basically the same TV, just a little higher quality. So that's why it was like, okay, I'm not going to do my research. So that was a semi-impulse buy. But I think that the drill probably stands out in my mind as my biggest impulse buy for Black Friday. It's kind of like, ooh, I've always wanted a drill of my own. Because I live in an apartment and I don't need a drill at all. And I'm going to buy a drill. And I'll tell you how many times I've used it as a drill.
How many times?
0.
Oh, really? Well, then what have you used it as?
A screwdriver.
Oh, okay.
Power screwdriver. Now, funny story about that. That was, like I said, 2 years ago. It was either 2 or 3 years ago. It feels like longer than 2, but it might have just been 2 years ago that I bought that drill. No, it was 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I bought that drill. So let me tell you, I did not buy bits for the drill until about 2 months ago.
Oh, wow.
And after I bought the bits, got them home, and I actually needed to drill something, I cannot find the charger for the battery.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to use a hand drill. You know how hard it is to use a hand drill on the top of the ceiling or top of the wall?
Depends. Was there already a pre-drilled hole?
No.
Yeah, okay, so I have, drilled, screwed in a screw into, okay, I have
Don't mind my vibrator.
That was all Jeremy's, that's not mine. You made me lose my train of thought.
Sorry.
But yeah, I do know, it is, a pain in the ass when you don't have a pre-drilled hole.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I can't imagine high up.
It was. I was putting up curtains. Put it that way. At the roof.
Yeah, you probably should have just called me because I probably could have let you borrow one.
Well, yeah, and I could have also. I mean, I could have gone to borrow my parents, and it was like one of those things. It was like a Sunday evening, and we just really wanted to get it done. I didn't feel like leaving the house. We just got it done.
Yeah, that nighttime sun's really, kicking through. You gotta get those curtains up.
Yeah. Actually,
man, it's 10 p.m. It's getting bright.
Yeah. So I know you're planning on going out this Black Friday and camping out for a few days.
Yeah, okay. I mean, if you had read my paper that I wrote,
about that.
Yeah, because I get into about the whole consumerism thing, and I can't wrap my head around why people can camp out. Now I'm somewhat guilty of it because in the past I have gotten up really early in the morning, 3 a.m. or so, to go wait in line outside of a store when it's cold as shit.
Yeah,
which that's not happening again.
There's no need for it now, anyway, in my opinion.
Yeah, but it's just I can't wrap my head around how people can camp out that many days.
I mean, come on, it's totally rational that the first person camping out for Black Friday this year started camping out around the 10th of November. That's totally rational. Did you hear about that?
Seriously?
Yeah. There's I don't know what state or country or state or city it's in.
Are you sure they weren't just a homeless person?
No, her and her friend, I guess there's two of them, started camping out about 5 days ago, so about the 10th, in front of a Best Buy, and literally camping out with chairs and everything.
I don't really want to live on this planet anymore. Wow.
What gets to me is there's 5 days later, with us still having about 13 days until Black Friday.
You know what? I'm going to start camping out for Black Friday for next year, right now.
So yeah, there's 13 days to Black Friday, right?
Okay.
How much you want to bet no one's going to join her in camping out until maybe 3 days before? Maybe?
I don't think even... Yeah. Okay, so part of me wants to have some faith left, in humanity, and say no one's going to join her in camping out, period. People are just going to show up a couple hours before they open.
Well, that's what I was going to say, yeah. Or the other, yeah, but I think it's going to happen. She's going to be joined.
If I still have faith in humanity, that's what's going to happen. No one's going to join her. It's just a couple hours before, stores open, people will just start lining up.
That'd be hilarious.
If people start joining her, faith in humanity is lost.
So let's just say that we're going to have some crazy people who lined up beforehand. It'll be probably maybe 3 days before.
Right, okay.
So that means she has approximately 15 days of camping out before anybody else gets there.
Some people just need a hobby.
That's true.
I mean, I guess you could say, camping is a hobby, but I mean...
in the interview, she said something like she's going to get a lot of reading done.
Yeah, because I guess that's the only place you can read.
Yeah, it's a great atmosphere. What I don't get is, how are you going to camp in front of a store that's open every day? And it's like, you're just camping there, you're eating there, you're doing everything, you're just chilling.
I'm pretty sure she's just homeless.
She's just making an excuse to stay there.
Yeah, pretty much.
She's like, I can stay anywhere in November. Just say I'm camping out for Black Friday. Oh, man.
Don't mind the bucket.
Huh? Oh, yeah, the bucket. Before we get off that topic, it always makes me laugh when I hear about people standing in line for iPhones. Because, okay, here's my rationale on this. Back in the day when, the second iPhone came out,
okay,
you couldn't get them online. If someone really wanted that iPhone, I don't want to say the word understand, but I kind of get why they camp out for it. right? This last iPhone that just came out, one of my friends from the podcast KVGT, not Patrick, it was someone else.
Okay.
He went at like.
I was gonna say I've seen his phone and
no, he went.
I'm like, wow, that's pretty fragile because it's already shattered.
Bendable. He went at midnight and camped out, or not camped out. He went at midnight to pick it up. He went at like 11 o'clock, but he was gone by like 12:30. Stood in line for like an hour, right?
Okay.
But some people were standing in line for like 3 days for the newest iPhone. 4 days? Okay.
Yeah, because again, if you read my paper, I do use that as an example. I cited my source, and yeah, there was a guy at the Palo Alto Apple Store, which I may or may not be from.
Now you're really telling Concord and Palo Alto. Wow.
Concord, Palo Alto, Texas.
Just don't say Pleasanton. They'll know where we both live.
Okay. Pleasanton, Mississippi. Yeah, there was someone that camped out for 4 days.
Okay,
and
4 days.
Not just him. Apparently, it was his friends and his family. And the thing that really got to me the most was that he said it was essentially a positive experience.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. There was no remorse about it, and just really.
Yeah, I don't get it because so my whole point in bringing that up is, and this will kind of transition into our next Black Friday topic, but is online. My brother-in-law and my niece both got their brand new iPhones on their doorstep the morning that it came out.
Whoa. Hold the phone here. Not literally hold the phone.
I don't have an iPhone. Neither of us do.
You mean there's this new invention where you can go and order stuff without leaving your home?
Yeah, it's called online.
What?
Catalogs. So my whole point is you have the person. So you have 3 different kind of people. You have the person like in Palo Alto who camped out for 4 days.
The people that make me not want to live on this planet.
Got their iPhone no earlier than my friend who got there a half hour early. And only 6 to 8 hours earlier than my brother and niece who...
Your brother and niece?
And niece, who all they had to do was get out of bed and open their front door. So one person probably got it a half hour before the other and wasted 4 days of their life.
But it's not just one person, though. It
was
his friends and family.
Groups of people. That's what I mean. And then another person stayed up till midnight at a store to get it 6 to 8 hours earlier than the person who didn't have to do anything to get it. It's like there's no reason to do that.
I'm really hoping there's just a lot of homeless people.
We're just gonna stand in line. It's a good place to stay.
They won't ask us to leave.
It's a social event. It's the homeless social event of the year. iPhone coming out. So that brings us to our next topic, Cyber Monday.
Oh,
so Cyber Monday is the, I guess you could say the answer to Black Friday with the internet world.
Although it was never really a question asked. But here's your answer.
Yeah. And it used to be that, and it still kind of is. You go on websites at midnight on Black Friday, and you can get most of the non-doorbuster sales online.
You know what? I just thought of. Their holidays are getting expanded. And that's if you even count Black Friday as a holiday. It almost practically is, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But now it's not Black Friday anymore. It's Black Friday weekend.
Yeah.
Cyber Monday. When is it going to be Cyber
Week?
Started
last year.
Black Week or
Black Month.
Black Month. There you go. I mean, because I noticed this with Halloween too. I'm just like I'm seeing pictures on Facebook of people when they're at Halloween parties like 2 weeks before Halloween.
That's always happening.
Pictures that's the thing. I have never really noticed it until this year.
Halloween.
But I'm also seeing people at not my school, but pictures of people at their school in costume.
Okay,
like a week and a half before Halloween.
I can understand the week and a half to 2 weeks before Halloween because Halloween's one night. And it's a lot of things to do. If you have an expensive or really detailed costume, you want to get the most out of it. So I can understand, the week before or even 2 weeks before. But I've also seen people after Halloween still dressed up.
Okay, I haven't seen that. But,
just usually little kids. So I guess it's kind of understandable.
Still, but I remember when I was in middle school, even high school, whenever anyone showed up to school in a costume, it was either on Halloween or if Halloween was on the weekend, the Friday
day before, yeah,
the Friday before.
No, definitely.
Halloween. And it was never a 2-week thing.
Well, we were always told when I was in school, in high school and junior high, we were always told do not wear our costumes until that day, either the Friday or the day of.
I don't think they ever actually explicitly told us that, but I think it was always kind of implying.
Yeah,
not
I don't know
just
if
at
it
school,
was,
but in general, it's like it's not Halloween yet.
But I mean,
why are you in costume?
I can so I guess I take back what I said about 2 weeks. I can understand the week before.
Okay, yeah. That's
especially
still a little bit of a stretch for me.
Especially if it falls on like a Wednesday or Thursday.
Uh-huh.
Then I can understand the weekend before.
Okay, yeah,
and even the weekend after for parties.
Yeah.
If it's like on a Wednesday or Thursday, or the Friday there's a party and a Saturday. But yeah, you're right. I give
2 weeks in advance. Though,
I give it 5 days either way. Okay, 5 days before, 3 days after.
But 5 days total, not 14.
No, yeah. So
that's why I can't really wrap my head around.
Yeah,
and so if Halloween's becoming a 2-week, it's not a 1-day thing anymore. It's a 2-week event.
Yeah,
and Black Friday went from 1 day to 3 days. Now it's 4 days.
Well, like I said last year, I remember Newegg and places like that was Cyber Week.
Yeah, that too. But I was actually now I think about it. Black Friday is starting on Thanksgiving now. Mm-hmm. Thanksgiving night, so it's actually 5 days now.
Although,
well, I mean, a lot of stores
that even have started that in the past are no longer doing that.
Well, that's the thing. Some are like going against it, and some are pushing it harder.
Yeah,
so it's really divided.
It's like Black Friday. I forgot what store it was, but there's a store that's actually opening up at 6 p.m. this year on Thanksgiving for Black Friday. And then there's other ones that have been in the past that have opened up at 9 p.m. that are now opening up at like 6 a.m. So the day of, not the morning,
okay.
So it's like they realize that opening up the night before is either not profitable enough or just not a good idea for its image. So
what are you doing for Black Friday Eve?
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, you mean that other holiday also known as Thanksgiving?
Yeah, seriously. So back to Cyber Monday. So Cyber Monday again is the Monday after Black Friday. Well, that's the first Cyber Monday. Last year they had like every month, every weekend from every Monday from. I don't know if you realize this. Every Monday from the Monday after Thanksgiving till the Monday before Christmas was Cyber Monday last year. On some websites, not like as a whole.
Okay, so it wasn't I wouldn't say universal thing.
No, it wasn't a universal thing. It was just more like some websites did it. So anyway, so Cyber Monday is the equivalent of Black Friday for online retail. As where even though you can get great deals at any website on Black Friday, they have the quote unquote doorbuster sales online on Monday. And at first it was only websites like Amazon, Newegg, Tiger Direct,
so more
only like online only websites.
Right.
Now it's kind of expanded to like JCPenney's does it and Macy's or whatever you have. So anyway, so you have to basically you can only get the deals at like midnight on Cyber Monday. You have to go online to get like the best doorbuster deals, or actually even more. What they do is they do the staggered deals. At 2 a.m. they're going to release a couple. At 4 a.m. they're going to release a couple. 5 a.m.
I remember that.
Yeah. So it actually in my opinion, it actually is better than Black Friday because
you don't meaning like
for people who don't want to be up.
Okay.
Because let's say you are the kind of person who's up at midnight often, and I am unless I'm working. So I can try to get that deal at midnight. But let's say, oh darn, I waited a minute too long and it's sold out. When I wake up at 6 a.m. or 8 a.m., I can try to get that same deal again.
Well, what about the people that are like, I'm really tired, but the deal I want won't happen until 4 in the morning?
But a lot of times, they do have those where it's like only 4, but a lot of times it's like, here's a TV. You can get this at any of our doorbuster times. We're going to sell 10 each. It's usually more than 10 because it's online. It's probably like 100 each. But yeah, no, I mean, that's what I noticed last year. And they also send these, secret, Cyber Monday deals, like, Newegg was, very, last year and the year before, I got an email because I was part of their, mailing list.
Oh, you're part of the club.
And it was like, keep this email and click on it at midnight on Cyber Monday to get the best deals.
That's how they get you.
And, don't get me wrong, the prices were amazing. but it was absolutely nothing I wanted to buy.
And see, that's the thing that I don't know what it is, but it's just I have a sense of like obligation to buy something if I'm participating, especially if I'm physically there on Black Friday. I feel like I have to buy something. Cyber Monday, not so bad. I feel I can walk away from it by getting up and moving 3 feet away from my computer.
And you know, me and my wife also, we're always on the mindset of, hey, this is a great time to shop for Christmas. Yeah. And when we did go that one time to Kmart, and I don't remember what other stores we went to, we actually got done probably like 50% of our, 50, 60, 75% of our Christmas shopping in that one day. So if you go with that mindset and you already have an idea of what you're going to get each person, then, you could potentially save a lot of money and save a lot of time. Because yes, you have to stand in line, but if you're going to get all that stuff, different stores, different days, like I usually do. I'm not an efficient Christmas shopper. I'll go and be like, oh, I'm going to go find a gift for my wife, the first gift, and then it's like a week later I'll get another gift. And it's not like I go with like, I'm going to do everything in one day. So if you do go with that mindset of you're going to finish all your shopping in one day and you're going to get a good deal on it, then I guess, you can, that mindset might work for you.
I guess being that it is there, it's that time of the year where it's that holiday in between Halloween and Christmas. What is it? Oh, Thanksgiving. I guess I can say I'm a little bit thankful that in my family we're not really big on the whole gift giving thing.
Oh yeah.
So I've gotten people in my family gifts before, but it's not a frequent occurrence. I don't frequently get gifts on Christmas. If anything, my parents, their big thing is just giving money for Christmas, and it's kind of a little counterproductive to give them money back.
Yeah.
It's like
that's like the whole Sheldon Cooper on
yeah.
You give me something worth $25, and I give you something worth $25.
And whoever dies first, someone's getting screwed.
Yeah.
So fortunately for me, I've never really had to endure the whole Christmas shopping thing.
Oh, okay.
Which I'm kind of screwed if someone starts giving me gifts. I'm like, oh, damn, I have to get you something now.
Yeah. All right. So last thing before we end the episode, what do you have any plans to buy anything this Black Friday or Cyber Monday? Anything you're looking at?
Well, let's see. So I did actually just get the rest of my financial aid for this quarter, and knowing how I am, I have a tendency to buy stupid shit I don't need. So I think it's probably best I just steer clear of it.
Yeah. Don't cash your. Is it already in your bank?
It was transferred to the money card that's issued from my school, and then I just pull money out from there as accordingly.
Then what you should do is on Thanksgiving you take that card, right? And put it in water and freeze it. So that way, if you really want to get it, it's going to take a while for it to thaw.
Yeah, but if there's a will, there's a way.
I know. I was just thinking hammer to it'll.
Cyber weekend or not Cyber weekend, Black Friday weekend.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it'll thaw by then.
4 days, 4.5 days, and all. Yeah. For me, it's kind of funny because I already talked about I've gotten 2 TVs on Black Friday, but I do need a third TV for my second bedroom. So I'm looking for a cheap, between $150 and $250 TV. Its size really doesn't matter too much.
Believe what you want. I've been told otherwise.
Between I'd say 27-inch and above, I'm looking for. So whatever's a good deal, and I won't go out shopping for it. Well, I can't say that. If I do go out shopping, it'll be in the afternoon or early evening on Black Friday or during the Black Friday weekend. If not, then I would probably look on Cyber Monday for a TV.
Well, I also just don't hate myself enough to submit myself to that much punishment of the crowds.
It's funny, though, because we've actually gone, in between those 2 stories I said, we went at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and there's like nobody there. It's early morning, and then they have their late night doorbuster sales usually. We went to the mall at like 2 p.m. on Black Friday, and it was like, where is everybody? And then when we asked someone, there's most people will show up again around 6 o'clock when we have the refresh of our deals.
Yeah,
so it's like, all right. So if you really, really want to, the time to go is right about. Well, I don't know. That's how it's been previous years, but around probably 2 o'clock because they have doorbusters up till around noon. maybe even 1 o'clock. So you go after all the doorbusters are done, before the evening doorbusters, and you probably won't have many people there.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I know.
I have enough stupid shit. I don't need any more right now.
You don't need another TV in your bedroom?
I think the 2 I have is enough.
No, I guess so.
Because, well, I mean, it is the HD one is only 720. So.
Oh well, yeah, you need a 1080p TV. Come on.
It's only 37 inches.
Oh, you need a 60-inch.
I know. I'm living in the prehistoric, ages. It's the Stone Ages. Was all this caveman shit.
All right, so excuse me. Temporary website for us is jeremycollier.com/almostrelevant. And you can check us out there. The previous episode, which is the introduction episode, and future episodes. That website will always go to whatever place we have our episodes up on. And let's see, if you want to email us, almostrelevantpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to tell us what you think, let us, say hi to us. And as I mentioned in the first episode, if you'd like to be on the show as a guest host sometime, drop us an email and tell us why you would, what we could talk about that you'd want to be on the show for. Yeah, maybe it would be a good idea. It would be kind of cool. Is at the end of if we wanted to go this route, at the end of each episode, we tell what's going to be on the next episode.
Yeah, there's a potential option.
Yeah, considering our recording schedule is going to be a little different than in your average podcast, I don't know if it'll work, but it's something to think about.
Or we could mention upcoming episodes.
Oh yeah,
rather than specifically this is what's going to happen.
That's true.
And that's what's coming.
So let's give. We already hinted at the episode coming up on our introduction episode. So definitely one of the next episodes coming up in the next few episodes, we're going to be talking about cats on the internet.
Because cats.
Yeah, cats. I mean, there's
because reasons.
Yes, cats. So look forward to that, along with a bunch of other topics, and hopefully we'll be getting some guest hosts on soon. So I hope you enjoyed, and have a good week and weekend.
Steer clear of Black Friday. It's the devil.
Opening song with Our Wind in Our Sails, provided by Waleed Sighali. Ending song, Steampunk Girl, provided by John Anelio at johnanelio.com.
And blast the cure and the snoots, puts her flask to her leggings, takes exit 22 and pulls in her parking space, climbs up the fire escape, steps into a bedroom and crashes onto a bed, brings stockings from her leggings. She looks in the mirror and thinks that it's time to start another life. So she's putting on her goggles and a bowler hat. She checks her pocket watch, adjusts her rocket back. She laces up her boots and puts her makeup on. She grabs her leather coat and her Tesla gun. But she used to be a goth kid, now she's a steampunk girl. She dreams of brass and gaslight, imagines taking a trip on a steam-powered ship. Instead she opts a flight to a sci-fi convention. Now it's her intention to finish her novel and go back to school and learn to live again. So she's putting on her goggles and a bowler hat. She checks her pocket watch and just a rocket back. She laces up her boots and puts her makeup on. She grabs her leather coat and her Tesla gun. But she used to be a goth kid, now she's a steampunk girl. to be a goth kid, but now she's a steampunk. She used to be a goth kid, but now she's a steampunk. She used to be a goth kid, but now she's a steampunk.